On the Grand Angle today, 17 years later, more than 1,100 victims of the hijacked plane attacks on the World Trade Center in New York have yet to be identified. But in a New York laboratory, a team is still avidly working to identify the remains with technological progress on its side. Day in, day out, they repeat the same protocol dozens of times. Let's now show you.
The New York City office of the Chief Medical Examiner, OCME, has showcased new techniques it is using to identify remains of people missing in the September 11, 2001 attacks on the World Trade Center Twin Towers. Information from the OCME indicates that efforts are being made to produce new identifications of remains at Ground Zero. The medical team will use hundreds of bone fragments belonging to people who had been previously identified, allowing their remains to be returned to family members.
All the profiles that we generate today, this year, these are remains that we had no hopes of in the past. So it's our job here with the medical examiner's office to not only make these identifications, but also improve that process. What can we do better? What new equipment can we use? What can we bring here to New York City to help us in this, on this largest of the forensic investigations in the history of New York City, history of the United States.
Once we have the bone reduced to this fine powder-like consistency.
Forensic scientists demonstrated techniques and equipment for pulverizing bone remains and extracting DNA material to generate profiles to identify remains that were unavailable 17 years ago. The bones are cleaned, pulverized into a powder, mixed with chemicals before the sample is incubated and then placed into a machine that pulls out any recoverable DNA.
So this is work that we do every day here in New York City, and we haven't stopped. That commitment to making these identifications is as great today in 2018 as it was in 2001.
Known as the World Trade Center Protocol, the method has been used to help identify victims of train and plane crashes and terrorist attacks in Argentina, Canada, South Africa and elsewhere. The OCME is the largest forensic laboratory in North America.